Alright guys, welcome back. We got war number 3 in season 42. We're going to start off with Galan on Nimrod on node 15 on path 3. He's not banned, so this is going to be a quick fight. I did speed up some of the fights a little bit, just because I got 11 fights, want to get them to you. There's a absolutely magnificent Baron Zemo boss fight, a full 6-star rank 5 Zemo. Magneto is going to absolutely shred him in a flawless fight. So if you want to skip ahead to that, I wouldn't blame you. It's a great fight there. But here we're going to go path 1, section 1. We got node 4, Cersei. We're going to bring Wiccan just for this fight. Now the goal is to back off, let bait her heavy, wait for the glancing node to disappear, and then attack in. The problem is she's very passive, doesn't want to attack in, and I get my neutralize up, and then she just holds block, doesn't want to come at me, and I should have like dashed back. I could have hold block, but I couldn't get. Usually I go for the light ending for the neutralize, medium ender for the incinerate, and then it pauses the debuff. Instead I get stuck in the corner. It's fine. We get pushed to a special 3. We're going to throw it to get off the wall. And then I'm going to get stuck taking some damage. I did have an invul boost on just in case these shenanigans happened. That can happen with Cersei. So I don't die there, but it got a little dicey. We're going to special 1 just to push her away. And now I'm going to wait for that glancing buff to disappear again. Now that it's gone, we're going to go with a light ender into a special 2 that neutralizes on with extended duration. All those shocks absolutely going to melt her. That's what I wanted to see from the first part. And goodbye, Cersei. Next up is Apocalypse on Masochism, where we used to do the... Doc Ock's not going to work here really well. Kingpin, we've done a few times against Masochism here with Kingpin. We're just going to play Stun Immune, take advantage of the Unstoppable from the Special 2. Do not parry, do not use the Special 1, don't trigger the Masochism at all, and just go with Brute Force damage. Kingpin is an absolute beast. When I back off here, there's your accidental parry, brought to you by Kabam, and it's going to happen. You know, when you're not trying to parry, then you parry. When you want to parry, it doesn't happen. That's the way it works. But here we're going to bait that heavy attack. We can use the Unstoppable buff from our Special 2 to give us some extra openings. So that's always nice. We're going to bait that Special 2 and attack in. And Kingpin does an absolute great job here against Apocalypse. Here you can see here I'm just going to hold a block, let him come in, take advantage of that Unstoppable buff to get those openings. Bait out another special here. One more special 2. And goodbye, Apocalypse. Next up, we've got a Thing fight. We're going to use Kingpin again. Kingpin, pros and cons to using Kingpin for Thing. This one, if you just there's too close to him, the personal space regen, he's going to get regens. Got to be careful about that. Always got to track his rock stacks. So Kingpin, pros and cons with the special 1. You're going to put the degen on, which is going to reduce the chances of Thing proccing a rock stack, but there's no guarantee that it is. So you can see here he's at 13 rock stacks. I'm going to back out, hit into his block a bunch of times. Before I get to 15 rock stacks, he throws the special 1, and we can start again. Now, the goal is to try and keep the degen up as much as possible. If you get multiple degens, you're going to have even more of a chance to reduce that ability accuracy. So you can see here, he did get a bit of regens there at the beginning of the fight, but the more I can keep up my degens, his regens aren't going to proc as much, and I'm going to start doing a fair bit of damage. So it's fine. It's Thing. You always got to count. Think Kingpin is a really solid counter to Thing in general, and you can see at a certain point I stop proccing too many regens when I'm close to him, or it's not as bad, and I'm able to take him out no problem. So here again, get another degen up on him. He's down to very few rock stacks, and I just got to keep track of those. That's really the key thing against Thing, and you're good to go. So almost done, and Kingpin finishes with almost a full yellow bar. Next up, we got Idoom on node 24. We did this one last time. We're going to do it again. We're going to use Galan. I'm going to try and build up to a stronger harvest, but it is hard to but I kind of go for a big special 2. I get him like 2/3 of the way down on this one. It's when he gets to 15% that he can trigger a regen. When he triggers a regen, the Vigorous Assault will kick in and he'll go unblockable. So the goal is to obviously try and avoid that. Unfortunately here I forgot when he had his, I went for a heavy when he had his aura up after that special 1. And I'm going to take a little bit of damage, but it's okay, not too bad. We'll just go back in and do another heavy attack. I think right here, I go ahead, he glances it or resists it, so that's no fun. So we're going to go ahead, wait for that aura to disappear, bait another heavy attack, and go for a big old special 2. It's going to take him down to about 27-28% there, and now we're just going to build up to another one. If we can get another detonation and don't put him to 15% with these attacks, then he's not going to get the regen, and we can bypass that part of the fight altogether, and that's what we're going to try and do here. So, special 2 evaded. There we go, another heavy into special 2 there, and goodbye. So we avoid that phase altogether. Next up, we're going to go to node 30. We got Man-Thing. We're going to take this one with our big old Doc Ock here with Reinvigorated, Unblockable, Never Back Down. And we're going to go ahead. We need the parry heavies. We're going to talk about this a lot in this war. The parry heavies are key. If you can keep them up, then it's great. And you can see how fast Doc Ock is actually going to shred these guys. The problem with Doc Ock is you can't let the debuffs that you put on your opponent fall off on their own. You either have to get the breakthrough by doing the heavy, or you need to use a special to refresh them like we're going to do right now. And then so that refreshes them. The heavy attack, massive direct damage, and it keeps your research categories active. But right here, he threw that special 1, so I couldn't get the parry heavy off in time, and now I got to basically reset my like research categories. So that can be a little bit annoying, and at this point I'm taking a little bit too much poison damage, but nothing we can't handle here. We're going to get back into our parry heavy game, and goodbye Man-Thing. One more parry heavy should do it. So we're going to heal up Doc Ock, and we're going to use him for Icarus here on node 40. He's got Reinvigorated, Unblockable. He's got Buffet. So what we're going to do here is, against Icarus, when you're using a non-mystic champion, you're going to try your best to avoid light and medium attacks. And the beauty of Doc Ock is that he doesn't need his light or medium attacks to do any major damage. We are just going to focus on parry heavies and try and heavy counter his special 1. So we're doing really great at the start here. And then right there, I try to back off and bait another special 1. He goes to special 2. But because he doesn't have like 10 of his energized charges yet, it's not unblockable. And I'm able to block that special 2. We're going to get pushed to a special 3. And we're basically going to have to reset our research categories and do this whole do this thing again. So that was a little bit annoying there. He has the heal block on. We're going to go ahead. Boom. Nice heavy counter. And we're going to do the same thing. Parry heavy. Try and keep up our research categories as best we can. And again, another, I did not react fast enough to counter that special 1, but we got a parry heavy there. We're going to continue the parry heavies. And there, I accidentally did that medium attack there, so I have to throw a special. So I intercept him with a special 2. We get the triple debuff on. We're going to go ahead, and I tried to counter his heavy with mine. Instead, I get the parry heavy off. That's fine. We get really nice direct damage there and almost finish with a full yellow bar. So really happy with how that fight played out with Doc Ock. Next, we've got Kingpin against Korg on node 46. Now, Burden of Might, high energy diet, is kind of annoying for, you can't use energy-based champions, and that is what you want to use normally against Korg. I used Apocalypse last time because I was able to parry freely, and here I figure with Kingpin, even if I'm going to take a little bit of chip damage from doing that first medium into him, I can just go with light attacks, get his like rock shield down, and then I can go ahead and get some good damage in, and I can parry freely when the rock shield is down. So here I'm going to go ahead, bait a few heavy attacks. When it's down, it's fine. Bait a special 2, go back in, and it's great. There's only one time, I think, where I gave him too many rock shields, and he got a special 1, and I had an invulnerability boost on. Even if I would have taken that special 1 to the face, it wouldn't have been the end of the world, but it's fine. But someone like Doctor Doom is someone who like stands out. Like it's like a trap if you use Doom, because he's going to heal, he's going to get power, you're going to be screwed. So you got to go someone without energy-based attacks. And yeah, Kingpin worked phenomenal. Next up is Node 32, Omega Sentinel. We got Nebula for this one. I've done this fight so many times on the channel. You're basically just holding block. Omega Sentinel's a robot. Once you get 4 or 5 charges, she is going to shut down all the ability accuracy for robots. You're going to build up to 20 charges while you attack in and bait special ones. When you get to 2 bars of power and 20 shock charges, then you go ahead, parry, drop a special 2. Those 20 shocks will go to 40 shocks. It's dropping. This is like a rank 3 Nebula unduped, and it's going to be boosted up, of course, but it's going to be ticking for like 19,900 per tick, and she's going to be down so fast. So here, one more special 1, I believe. Get us up to our 20 shocks. Parry, special 2, 40 shocks, 19,000 per tick. Goodbye. Next up is Toad on node 50. Now, we're going to count the missed parries here. I know I don't like to complain about this type of stuff, but let's just do it anyways. First one, no parry. That's number 1. And I'm trying. You know, you can look at it and say, hey, you missed it, but I'm trying here. And if I get the parry heavies off, this fight is done. But that's 2 right there. That's the second one. And because here, the way to bypass the damage cap, that's 3, that leads into an invulnerability boost, just completely gonzo. And the way to do the damage on this fight is with the direct damage from the breakthroughs when you parry heavy and you detonate your own the power lock and the heal blocks. That's where you get the direct damage. It bypasses the damage cap on the node, and that's why I use Doc Ock here for this fight. But we've had at least 3 so far that haven't hit, and I need to keep up the parry heavies. You can see, look at all that direct damage. It's sweet. When it was working, it's great. We don't have to worry about his, we don't have to worry a lot about his prowess because of the Doc Ock's a global attacker. The problem is the poisons are adding up on me, and because I'm not getting these parry heavies, and there's a few times where I lost out on keeping up my own debuff, which we discussed earlier, then I'm not able to. It's gonna run off here, and now I'm screwed. So I really needed those parry heavies to stick at the beginning. I lose it. There were like 4 times there that it didn't work. It screwed up the whole fight. And kind of pissed off about it. It didn't make a big difference one way or the other. We did not win this one. It was our first loss of the season, but we can learn from this one and recover. But this particular fight wasn't the end all of this one. It wasn't that close, but it's fine. You can see here, if I just get the parry heavies off, Toad drops really easily, and I've done him on other fights where he went down really easily. Here, again, for the specific node where he's capped at 1%, Doc Ock still absolutely, I think, is a great option. Last but not least, we got a Zemo boss. It's a full, maxed out, 6-star, rank 5 Zemo, and Magneto is absolutely going to go to town. We're going to play this about as perfectly as possible. Get that magnetism on him. And I did speed up the fight, though, just because it is a long one. But you're going to see, I'm just going to be, my intercepts are going to be on point. I'm just going to hit into his block, force him into special ones. And you can see here, counter special 1 with a heavy. That is the goal. That's the bread and butter here. Nice little intercept there. Awesome. And we're just going to continuously do this over and over and over again until we get to 3 bars of power. There, another special 1. Boom. Counter with a heavy. Okay, hit into his block, force him to another one. That's fine. He wants to go ahead, throw a rogue heavy. We will go ahead and counter. Push him to another special 1. Do the exact same thing again. Little into the block. He throws it. Counter with a heavy. Love it. And now we're just going to build up to a special 3 as we do it. Boom, another one. Plus we got the power burn because Magneto is also a global attacker for this meta. So, again, boom, we missed that one, but that's okay. We're still doing good. He only has 1 of the disorients on me from throwing those special ones because the magnetism has done its job in this fight. So we're almost at 3 bars of power. When we get to 3 bars of power, we want to find some openings to charge our prowess in order to get as much as we can. So here we're only at 5 prowess. He throws that heavy, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm up to 10. I back off. I get another one. I'm up to 20. He throws that one. I'm going to back off and go to 30. I'm not even going to hit him there. And I'm going to drop my big old special 3. Again, because so many bleeds are going to go on, all his cleanse charges are going to disappear. I'm going to immediately be rooted. So I'm just going to back off. And I'm actually healing from those bleeds because I'm bleed resistant, which is awesome. So we only put 3 bleeds on me. I'm bleed resistant. And now I'm not going to go for another special 3. I am just going to counter here and throw some hits into him. Even if I throw some special 1s or 2s, even if it puts a bleed on him, he's still at... There I actually took away all his charges with a special, so it did not trigger the root. So that's nice. Plus the... So I'm sitting here healing from those bleeds while we take him out. And even in the last 2 times we fought him, we took a fair bit of damage. In this fight, we are going to finish with 100% health. An absolute flawless victory. So Magneto, if you got him and you see Zemo, boom, he is just... if you have a little bit of patience, there he goes. Full yellow bar. See you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.